England, the land of ancient stones, mighty kings, and revolutionary ideas. This island, brimming with history, has been the cradle of legends, the birthplace of empires, and the stage for some of the most defining moments in human history. Its rolling hills and windswept coastlines have witnessed millennia of change, each era adding its own chapter to an extraordinary story. From the earliest human settlers crafting tools from flint to the age of space exploration, England's journey is a testament to the enduring spirit of its people. But how did it all begin? Picture the mysterious builders of Stonehenge, heaving colossal stones into place with an ingenuity that still baffles experts today. Or imagine the determined pioneers of the Industrial Revolution, whose machines transformed not only their homeland, but the entire world. These moments, separated by thousands of years, share a common thread, a legacy of resilience, creativity, and boundless ambition. What secrets do the ancient stones of Stonehenge hold? What can the cobbled streets of medieval towns, the grandeur of Victorian London, or the quiet dignity of an English countryside village tell us about the evolution of this remarkable nation? Every corner of England whispers tales of its past, echoing through its castles, cathedrals, and battlefields. As we delve into this story, imagine walking through the bustling markets of Elizabethan London, where merchants from every corner of the known world converged, or standing on the windswept cliffs of Dover, gazing out over the channel where countless fleets have sailed. Imagine the tension in the air as knights prepared for battle, the serenity of monks copying ancient manuscripts, or the fiery debates in Parliament that shaped the modern world. Welcome, adventurers! Today we embark on an unforgettable journey through the pages of time, uncovering the secrets, triumphs, and challenges that shaped England into the nation it is today. Together we'll explore the iconic landmarks, meet the unforgettable figures, and relive the moments that defined an era. So are you ready to explore the cradle of legends, the land of innovation, and the heart of countless stories? Let's dive into the epic saga of England, a place where the past meets the present, and history lives on in every stone, every field, and every street. Our journey begins in the midst of prehistoric England, over 5,000 years ago. Imagine a world untouched by the sprawl of modern civilization, a land of dense forests, rolling hills, and vast, open skies. In this wild and untamed landscape, a group of early humans embarked on a project that would defy imagination even today: the construction of Stonehenge. Stonehenge isn't just a monument. It's a puzzle left by a civilization long forgotten. The towering sarsen stones, some weighing as much as 4 elephants, were carefully arranged in a circle. But what's truly fascinating is their alignment. During the summer and winter solstices, the sunlight pierces through the stones in a precise pattern, suggesting an advanced understanding of astronomy. Who were these ancient architects? Some theories suggest they were a deeply spiritual people who believed in the power of celestial events. Others propose that Stonehenge was a burial site, as human remains have been discovered in the surrounding area. Could it have been both, a sacred place of worship and a testament to their ancestors? Transporting the stones remains one of history's greatest enigmas. Archaeologists believe they used sledges, rollers, and even boats to move the smaller bluestones from the Preseli Hills in Wales, over 150 miles away. But how could they have achieved such a feat without modern machinery? This mystery continues to captivate historians and engineers alike. Beyond Stonehenge, prehistoric England was marked by remarkable ingenuity. These early inhabitants, once nomadic hunter-gatherers, began cultivating the land. Using rudimentary tools made of flint, they cleared forests and planted the first crops. This transition to farming wasn't just a change in lifestyle. It was the dawn of human settlement and community. Scattered across England, burial mounds, such as those at Avebury and Silbury Hill, hint at complex social structures and spiritual beliefs. The grandeur of these structures suggests a society deeply connected to the earth and sky. As we stand amidst these ancient relics today, we're reminded of humanity's enduring quest to make sense of the universe. Transporting the stones remains one of history's greatest enigmas. Archaeologists believe they used sledges, rollers, and even boats to move the smaller bluestones from the Preseli Hills in Wales, over 150 miles away. But how could they have achieved such a feat without modern machinery? This mystery continues to captivate historians and engineers alike. Beyond Stonehenge, prehistoric England was marked by remarkable ingenuity. These early inhabitants, once nomadic hunter-gatherers, began cultivating the land. Using rudimentary tools made of flint, they cleared forests and planted the first crops. This transition to farming wasn't just a change in lifestyle. It was the dawn of human settlement and community. Scattered across England, burial mounds, such as those at Avebury and Silbury Hill, hint at complex social structures and spiritual beliefs. The grandeur of these structures suggests a society deeply connected to the earth and sky. As we stand amidst these ancient relics today, we're reminded of humanity's enduring quest to make sense of the universe. The year is 43 AD, and the Roman Empire, a symbol of power and civilization, has set its sights on England. When Emperor Claudius launched his campaign to conquer the island, he wasn't just seeking new land, he was extending the reach of Roman culture, law, and engineering. The arrival of the Romans brought profound change. One of their first acts was to establish Londinium, a city strategically located along the River Thames. Within decades, Londinium became a vibrant hub of commerce and governance. Imagine walking through its streets, merchants shouting in Latin, the aroma of exotic spices wafting through the air, and Roman soldiers patrolling the bustling marketplace. The Romans introduced revolutionary infrastructure. Their roads, straight and efficient, connected major settlements and facilitated trade and military operations. Remnants of these roads, such as Watling Street, still exist today, a testament to their enduring utility. They also brought aqueducts, baths, and sanitation systems that transformed urban life. Not all welcomed Roman rule. The fierce queen, Boudica, leader of the Iceni tribe, remains one of history's most iconic figures. After the Romans seized her lands and humiliated her family, she led a rebellion that burned Londinium to the ground. Though ultimately defeated, her defiance became a symbol of resistance against oppression. After nearly 4 centuries, the Romans withdrew from Britain, leaving a legacy that would shape the nation for centuries. Their departure marked the end of an era, but their influence, evident in England's architecture, language, and governance, endures to this day. With the Romans gone, England entered a period of upheaval. The Anglo-Saxons, tribes from what is now Germany, Denmark, and the Netherlands began to settle. They brought with them a new way of life, agricultural, community-focused, and deeply spiritual. The Anglo-Saxon period was marked by the rise of powerful kingdoms such as Wessex, Northumbria, and Mercia. These kingdoms weren't just political entities. They were cultural powerhouses. The epic poem Beowulf, one of the oldest surviving works in English, offers a glimpse into their world of heroism and myth. Christianity took root during this era. In 597 AD, St. Augustine arrived in Canterbury, converting King Ethelbert and establishing one of England's most important religious centers. Monasteries became centers of learning and art, preserving knowledge that might otherwise have been lost to history. But the tranquility of Anglo-Saxon England was shattered in 793 AD with the Viking invasion. The Norsemen, skilled seafarers and warriors, descended upon the English coast, their long ships striking fear into the hearts of villagers. Monasteries like Lindisfarne were plundered, and entire communities were razed. Yet the Vikings weren't just raiders. Many settled, intermarried, and integrated into English society. Their influence is evident in place names, language, and even the English genetic makeup. One figure stood out during this turbulent time, King Alfred the Great. A visionary leader, Alfred defended Wessex against Viking attacks and envisioned a united England. His efforts laid the groundwork for the England we recognize today, a nation of resilience and innovation. The Norman Conquest of 1066 wasn't just a battle for the throne, it was a cultural earthquake that forever altered the fabric of England. When William the Conqueror triumphed at the Battle of Hastings, the Anglo-Saxon way of life gave way to Norman rule. And with it came a new era of governance, architecture, and social order. Norman castles rose across the landscape, their towering stone walls symbolizing strength and control. These fortifications, including the famed Tower of London, weren't merely military strongholds. They were statements of authority, designed to keep the local population in check while establishing the dominance of Norman lords. Life under Norman rule wasn't easy for the common people. The introduction of the feudal system meant that peasants were tied to the land, working for their lords in exchange for protection. The gap between the ruling elite and the peasantry widened, creating a rigid social hierarchy. Yet the Normans didn't just impose control, they introduced new innovations that transformed England. The Norman elite brought their language, Old French, which began to merge with Old English. This linguistic fusion laid the groundwork for Middle English and ultimately shaped the language we speak today. Another monumental contribution was the Domesday Book of 1086. This comprehensive survey of England's land and resources was an unprecedented administrative feat, cataloging everything from the number of livestock to the value of properties. It offered William a clear understanding of his kingdom's wealth and resources, ensuring efficient taxation and governance. However, the transition wasn't without resistance. In the north, William faced fierce opposition from Anglo-Saxon rebels. His response, known as the Herring of the North, was brutal, a scorched earth campaign that left vast swaths of land desolate. This act cemented Norman control, but came at a great human and environmental cost. Despite its turbulence, the Norman era left a profound legacy. It established a centralized monarchy, introduced architectural marvels, and set the stage for England's transformation into a medieval powerhouse. The echoes of this conquest still resonate in England's castles, cathedrals, and language, a testament to the indelible mark the Normans left on the land they conquered. By the early 13th century, England was at a crossroads. King John's mismanagement, marked by military defeats, heavy taxation, and conflicts with the church, had pushed the kingdom to the brink of rebellion. Discontent brewed among the barons, who were determined to curb the king's unchecked authority. In 1215, this tension culminated at Runnymede, a meadow on the River Thames. Here, the barons presented King John with the Magna Carta, a document that would become a cornerstone of constitutional governance. Reluctantly, John affixed his seal, acknowledging limitations on royal power and granting certain rights to his subjects. The Magna Carta was revolutionary. For the first time, it established the principle that no one, not even the king, was above the law. It introduced concepts like due process, protection from unlawful imprisonment, and the right to a fair trial. While initially intended to address the grievances of the barons, its principles echoed through centuries, influencing legal systems worldwide. Though King John attempted to nullify the Magna Carta shortly after signing it, his death in 1216 ensured its survival. His young successor, Henry III, reissued the charter, embedding its ideals into England's governance. Over time, the Magna Carta became a symbol of liberty, inspiring movements like the Glorious Revolution and the American War of Independence. The Magna Carta's legacy extends far beyond England. Its principles laid the groundwork for the development of parliamentary democracy, influencing documents such as the U.S. Constitution and the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. It remains a powerful reminder that even in times of turmoil, the pursuit of justice and fairness can reshape societies for generations. The Industrial Revolution was more than a period of technological innovation. It was a complete transformation of society, economy, and culture. Beginning in the late 18th century, this revolution propelled England into the forefront of global development, setting the stage for the modern era. Central to this transformation was the steam engine, perfected by James Watt. This invention revolutionized industries like textiles, mining, and transportation. Factories sprang up in cities like Manchester, Leeds, and Birmingham, turning England into the workshop of the world. The textile industry, in particular, experienced unprecedented growth. Machines like the spinning jenny and power loom increased production tenfold, enabling mass manufacturing and export. However, this rapid industrialization came at a human cost. Factory workers, including children, toiled for long hours in dangerous conditions, often earning meager wages. The rise of the railways further accelerated change. Visionaries like George Stephenson connected the nation with iron tracks, making travel and trade faster and more efficient. Goods could now be transported across the country in hours rather than days, linking rural and urban areas in a web of economic activity. But the Industrial Revolution wasn't just about machines and factories. It was a catalyst for social change. Urbanization reshaped the landscape as millions flocked to cities in search of work. This shift brought challenges like overcrowding, poor sanitation, and pollution. but it also fostered a sense of community and collective action. Social reformers like Robert Owen and activists like the Chartists began advocating for workers' rights, better conditions, and democratic representation. Their efforts laid the groundwork for the labor movements and social reforms that would follow. Despite its challenges, the Industrial Revolution marked England's emergence as a global leader. It introduced concepts like mass production, mechanization, and economic interdependence, shaping the world we live in today. It was an era of innovation and ambition, one that propelled England to unprecedented heights while highlighting the need for balance between progress and humanity. As England's industrial might grew, so did its ambitions. By the 19th century, the British Empire spanned continents, becoming the largest empire in history. With colonies in the Americas, Africa, Asia, and Oceania, England's influence extended to every corner of the globe. The empire's expansion was driven by trade, exploration, and military conquest. The East India Company played a pivotal role in establishing British dominance in India, while explorers ventured into Africa, mapping uncharted territories. These endeavors brought immense wealth to England, fueling its industrial and cultural growth. However, the empire's rise was not without its controversies. Colonial rule often came at the expense of indigenous populations, who faced displacement, exploitation, and cultural erasure. The transatlantic slave trade, in particular, stands as a dark chapter in this history, highlighting the moral contradictions of imperial ambition. Despite its flaws, the British Empire left a complex legacy. It facilitated the global spread of the English language, legal systems, and parliamentary governance. It also created a network of trade and cultural exchange that shaped the modern world. The empire's decline began in the early 20th century, hastened by 2 world wars and the rise of nationalist movements. Key events like India's independence in 1947 marked the beginning of the end for British colonial rule. Yet even in its decline, the empire's influence continued to resonate, shaping international relations and global culture, shaping the world we live in today. Thank you for joining us on this exploration of England's past. If you enjoyed this journey, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more stories that bring history to life. Until next time, keep discovering the wonders of our shared heritage.